Hello everybody, this is Mujexzilla, also known as a Cynical Gamer, and welcome to another Gwent video. In this one I will be talking about mage cards, specifically silver mage cards. Now, I would like to stress that this top 5 is based on personal preference, and if you disagree, that is absolutely fine. Feel free to disagree in the comment section below. Now, I don't think there's one mage card that is better than the other. Each one is good in certain situations. However, I decided to do this top 5 based on the current meta. That being said though, what are mage cards? Well, they are silver cards that have 3 abilities. All 5 of them have 3 abilities, which differ from card to card. However, they all have one ability in common, and that is clear skies. So basically, they are the clear skies mages, so to speak, along with some of their own abilities, which I'll be getting into momentarily. So, without being said, let's get into it. Alrighty then, at number 5 we have Aida Imian, the Scoia'tael mage card. Why is she at number 5? Well, simply because out of all 5 mage cards, she is the only proactive one rather than reactive. I mean, she does have fog, but fog on its own, it just doesn't do that much anymore. She has, I'm just gonna skip clear skies. As I stated before, they all have clear skies. So she has, aside from clear skies, she has impenetrable fog and Gwent sign. Gwent sign, of course, synergizes well with archetypes like Mulligan Scoia'tael, Weather Scoia'tael, I mean Spell Scoia'tael, rather, in that you can apply Gwent sign to your win condition, which, for example, in the case of Spell Scoia'tael, is your Dull Banana Protectors. But she doesn't have really any. She doesn't have any damaging. Impactful spells like Deathmaul, for example, or even Water Hag. She just is proactive rather than reactive, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but in the current meta, having a reactive spell, you know, to take care of a certain threat at a certain time can be a very useful thing. So because of that alone, she is at number 5. So, at number 4 we have Gremist. Now, Gremist, aside from clear skies, has impenetrable fog and blood curdling roar. Why is he at number 4, you ask? Well, because he was hit particularly rough, not only by the nerfing of weather, but also to blood curdling roar. So, no longer can you just use that ability and just, I don't know, use a Priestess of Freya to resurrect it in the next round. Now that that bear is doomed, so once the round is over, it goes bye-bye. So no longer can you resurrect it. So I think honestly that is the biggest hit to Gremist. However, he can still be used, of course, as a weather removal should you need it. Also, the blood curdling roar, while the bear cannot be resurrected, it's still a pretty useful tool, as, for example, you can eat up some rotten cow carcasses, you know, from Nilfgaard, from Rot Tossers. You can eat the sapper bombs, and other things like that, which intend to do harm to your row. So it can be particularly useful. Again, fairly reactive. But yeah, that bear nerf just means he's at number 4. So yeah, Gremist. Sorry, Gremist. At number 3 we have our friend Van Haymar, the Empire's Mage. Now, Van Haymar used to be fantastic because, again, 2 reactive spells, Biting Frost and Stemmelforce Tremors. Unfortunately, not only did weather get nerfed, so Biting Frost isn't as good anymore, but also Tremors got nerfed. It now no longer hits 8 units for 2 damage, it hits only 6. So instead of being a 16-point swing, it is only a 12-point swing, which you know, sucks. What can you do? I mean, you can still pull off some value with Van Hamar, but honestly, at the moment, you're mostly gonna keep him for either Tremors or Clear Skies. And honestly, just biting Frost is just not what it used to be. And just by avenue of the Weather Nurse Van Hamar. Sorry, Van Hamar, it is what it is. He's at number 3. And at number 2 we have, well, there are only 2 cards left. I guess you can guess which ones they are. But at number 2 we have our friend Death Mold. Why is Death Mold at number 2 and not number 1? Because
I'm impressed.
Well, I'm gonna tell you when I reach number 1. But Death Mold, again, another very reactive mage card. He has, aside from Clear Skies, Torrential Rain, which is very nice because it still hits multiple units at the same time, only damaging them by 1, but still. And of course, Alzur's Thunder, which is a great hard removal tool. You know, get rid of those 7 strength bears, get rid of Death Mold is very good in Radovid control decks, for example, because you can, for example, just stack I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 Alzur's Thunders by their own. You can stack Death Mold. You can get some R2's Adepts, and you can just control the board, which is very nice. And 7 damage is nothing to scoff at. So that is why Death Mold is situated at number 2. And finally we come to number 1, and obviously there's only one card it could be, and that is the Water Hag. Why is the Water Hag at number 1, you might ask me? Well, because, well, let's talk a little bit about her abilities. First of all, aside from Clear Skies, she has Torrential Rain, just like Death Mold, but she has another ability that in the current meta is incredibly powerful. And that ability is Lacerate. Now, Lacerate somehow has remained nerfed. And like I said, in the current meta, there are some very prevalent decks, such as Consume Monsters, even Weather Monsters with Swarm mechanics, you know, with Trisk Butt spell and whatnot. In these types of metas and the decks flying around, Lacerate is legitimately one of the most powerful special cards in the game at the moment. If you're not playing monsters yourself, you should be running one Lacerate in case you meet Consume, and you will meet Consume monsters both in ranked and in casual. So obviously Lacerate deals 3 damage to every single unit on the row, so if you do meet a Consume monster, let him, for the love of God, let him consume everything he has. Let him spawn 20, 30 Aracases on the range row, and then bust out your Lacerate and just get absolutely tremendous value out of one spell. And that is why Water Hag is honestly the number 1 mage card, at least in the current meta. With in a patch or 2 that may very well change, and I'm sure it will change. And also it's nice to not have to run a separate Lacerate. You can just run Water Hag in your deck, and you also have a weather removal if need be, and of course a Lacerate if need be, or even a Torrential Rain. So yeah, Water Hag number 1. She is, whenever I play my Consume monster in ranked, I just clench my buttocks whenever I meet another monster, because he might be running Water Hag, and I always look at my I always do my Consume and fill up my range row with Aracases with a sense of you know, borrowed time, because at any point a lacerate might come and shit on my parade, which, well, I'm sure it's happened to all of us. So yeah, what the heck, sexy biatch. Alrighty then everyone, so that was my top 5 mage cards. I hope you found it useful. I hope you like it. If you did, please consider leaving a like and also subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. And like I said, I can't stress enough that this is my personal top 5. Your mileage may vary. It's very healthy to disagree. And if you do disagree, feel free to comment in the comment section below and let me know what your favorite mage card is. And you know, I will see you in the next video.